The Lakers look for their first preseason win. Eli Rowe, Derek Collins, and Kenny Mauer are three officials. And right from the get-go tonight, it will be Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum on the floor. And they didn't have that many minutes together in Fresno. In fact, when the Lakers played their best basketball, especially the defensive end, the second unit was out there and got him back into the game late in the third before it got away in the fourth. So Kobe out there with Vladimir Radmanovic, Andrew Bynum, Pau Gasol, and a glue guy, Derek Fisher. The Lakers have taken 3 out of the last 4 from the Kings, and that's in the season series. And that's exactly what they've done in the season series in each of the last 2 years, as they've controlled the Sacramento Kings. Transition period time, though. We'll talk about that later tonight for Sacramento. And they've got some good-looking youngsters that you're going to see on the floor, like Dante Green and Jason Thompson. Radmanovic gets the bucket, gets the block, and not a bad beginning.
Well, the one thing I liked about that play from Rad, a lot of times players find themselves in a position where is it a questionable offensive foul or block? They just pull up a little bit, looking around to see what the official was going to call. Rad had the thought to, no, I'm going to just shoot it, forget it. I'll turn around and look after the fact. He turns around, he finds out it's a man one. Nice play.
It's a very important preseason for Vladimir Radmanovic, doing his best Jermaine Jones imitation on that free throw as he gets the three-point play.
It seems like his free throws have even gotten, the arc on has even gotten higher.
Forcing Udrih to his right. He sets up Brad Miller. And one and done. Andrew Bynum will clear it out. Not that there's going to be a sense of urgency because you don't need that in the preseason. But the Lakers would like a good start tonight. And as I mentioned, a very clean start. Just holding on to the basketball, not beating themselves.
The whole idea is just to continue to improve in the preseason. That's what it's all about. And, the more you play together, whatever the unit may be, the more chances you're going to improve.
That's their first turnover of the contest. Back door. Kevin Martin, a guy who always got to the free throw line. In fact, the most makes at the stripe of the NBA last year. And a 3-second violation defensively for the Lakers and Andrew Bynum. He was in the high post just inside the free throw line.
That's a technical foul. Kevin Martin. 1 shot.
So free throw coming up. And I just talked about Martin going to the free throw line. 6th in the league in scoring last year, as he averaged 24 and 4 rebounds a game. And he set a Sacramento Kings record in free throws made. He's also in a help 12th in the league in free throw percentage. So the Lakers by 2 early. And then the Lakers have the week off to practice to get back together at their training facility in El Segundo. More over Gasol, and he'll get the soft touch in the roll. It's tied at 3.
Good position by Powell in defense that time, but I thought he should have challenged just a little more. If he raises up a little bit higher, he rejects that shot.
Set up for Radmanovic. Too strong, and Udrih looking for early offense. Brad Miller in a good position. 5 threes. That's 5 unanswered by the King.
And Brad Miller looks to be in as good a shape as he's been in quite some time. And he obviously is taking it seriously. As you get a little older, you got to really concentrate on your conditioning in your body. And Brad looks like he's serious about it.
Yeah, he took care of himself last year to the extent where he bounced back because the previous 2 years he was out there. Derek Fisher behind the pick, went the other way, and ties it up at 5 with his first basket of the game. Good looking form for Derek Fisher early.
And whoever guards Kevin Martin, boy, you have to make sure you are always on the move because he's one of those very talented off-the-ball players. He moves a lot without it.
That was inside the arc. So long 2 for Martin. His 5th year from Western Carolina. And Kobe had it taken away, but Andrew Bynum right back. Kobe leaves it off. Radmanovic has 5 early points for the Lakers as they tie it at 7. Salmons thought he had a steal. He got Kobe cleanly on his way up, but couldn't stay in bounds with it.
Tough matchup for Radmanovic. Kevin Martin is just so quick.
Kings first round pick in 2004, 26th overall. And a quick timeout coming for the Lakers.
There's something Phil Jackson doesn't like because when he's up yapping at the officials, there's something that he felt that they missed. He'll get an explanation. Whether he agrees with it, that's another story. We got 9:27 left in the first, and the Kings have jumped out to an early 2-point advantage. But the Lakers, well, making things happen with the Radmanovic.
Lakers basketball brought to you by Toyota. Moving forward. Early 2-point lead for the Sacramento Kings over the Lakers, 9-7. 2.5 minutes into the contest. And welcome back to Las Vegas. Joel Myers, Stu Lance, John Ireland at the Thomas and Mack Center. Vladimir Radmanovic getting the start for the Lakers. He's got 5 of the first 7. And Andrew Bynum, Pau Gasol out there at the outset of the contest. So valuable minutes together to start things off.
Well, we've got to get the ball down on the inside to Andrew Bynum. Run their offense inside out. He's been doing a little bit on the perimeter here.
Brad Miller matching up, so the mismatch, and then Pau Gasol put it right into the body of Beno Udrih.
Didn't even see him.
Yeah, he brought it down, and then he went right off the side of Udrih. Kobe hitting the deck, and Udrih makes him pay. 11-7. Got a defensive 3 coming up against the Kings.
Defensive 3-second
Free throw.
Called against Sacramento.
Coming up for Kobe and the Lakers.
Last play by Beno is he did the spin move, freed himself. Kobe lost his balance. And Beno is very good at that little 15-foot jump shot. That's the thing that's his staple as far as the perimeter game is concerned.
And he finally got the minutes last year, Stu. The one thing we noticed, and you better force him away from his left side. He'll try to get back there like he did there.
Well, they all will, and that's the whole thing. If you overplay them too much, then they're going to be able to come back, but you must make sure you don't just let him waltz that direction.
Isolation play for Kobe, the 10 on the shot clock. Man, little step through, left hand, a beauty.
That's called footwork. That's called reading the defense, doing what is necessary, using the offhand. And that's also called talent.
Andrew Bynum with the foul at the opposite end.
He's just backing down John Salmons and up, oops, up and under, left hand. That's just beautiful. That is pretty. I mean, that's something that young kids should all just practice a lot, is the ability to use your offhand.
Good switch by Pau Gasol. Now the scramble. It'll be Udrih behind the arc. And Pau Gasol with a good position on Brad Miller. So rebounding should be an issue for the Lakers this year with those two guys downstairs as Miller takes it on the short one by Fisher. Quickly out to Salmons.
But the one thing you don't want to do too much of, period, when you're a Laker is get into just a scramble game up and down. But when you've got the two centers or the two bigs, Andrew and Powell, on the floor at the same time, you don't want to take hurried shots where they're having a tough time enough getting cross midcourt. You want to make sure you utilize that size.
And you talked about the touches. Andrew Bynum hasn't seen many.
Well, no, and I'm talking about on the box.
Little step back for Gasol. And Radmanovic keeps it alive as it's taken away. And Andrew Bynum had it down. Salmons got to it. And on the finish, it's John Salmons.
And, you know, a lot of people say, why do bigs put the ball on the floor? Well, there are a lot of times when, yeah, that is a legitimate right. But most of the time, or some of the time, they have to develop some balance. He wanted to take a dribble to get his footwork and be able to power it back up. At that time, he had it taken away.
Little slip screen. Pau Gasol fouled as Brad Miller hit the deck. But before Pau could even set the pick for Kobe, slid away, and it was a perfect pass.
Well, they're looking to jump the screens with Kobe, obviously. And Kobe's looking to give to the roll man. This time it was Pau Gasol. And the Lakers with Andrew Bynum now, they have an option of what they want to do with their screen and roll situations.
So Gasol will shoot 2. They said he was in the act going up against Brad Miller. And Pau last year, the Lakers, of course, a different team once he arrived. 8th year from Barcelona. And what a summer he had like Kobe. And losing and winning the silver medal. Losing to the U.S. side, 118-107 to Kobe and that side. But the Lakers, once he arrived and was in the lineup, remember the night in New Jersey, 22-5. Not too bad. In the 27 games, he was in the starting 5.
When you've got an intelligent player like he is, and then you have a system that really complements him. This triangle offense really complements him a lot.
Short corner 3 as they space properly, and Brad Miller got it. It's a 16-12 lead now for the Kings. Kobe free inside the arc. And a little bit long as Gasol's length took it away from Mikey Moore. Leaves it off for Radmanovic. He'll crawl it home.
Nice
2-point game.
Nice power play by Radmanovich. Utilized his size on the inside.
There is definitely an opportunity for Radmanovich because with the way things are constructed now for the Lakers, because you need a three that can score. You're going to have plenty of guys that can defend when you have Powell and Andrew on the floor at the same time. Okay. Salmons did everything but get the ball to the rim.
Good help by the Lakers bigs because he got into the paint but altered his shot.
Kobe with a run on the baseline. Bam sharing it nicely. Derek Fisher, great pass. Pau Gasol, the extra pass.
Yeah, sometimes that extra pass, though, leads to a 3-second violation. But that one was nice. Derek did a good job of finding the open man.
And that's what Reggie Theus is saying right now to Eli Rowe. Exactly what you just said.
Yeah, it was 3 seconds. But you get away with it once in a while.
That's a pad save by Andrew Bynum. But I like the extra pass and the way they spaced on the floor.
Well, spacing is critical in basketball. I mean, especially at the NBA level. You got all these big bodies. You have to have proper spacing. Then when you move the ball efficiently, you end up with some easy ones.
Halfway through the opening 12. It's all even at 16. And it stays that way as Gasol uncontested underneath.
See, this is where they got to look to Andrew. He's got good position on the inside.
And over Brad Miller coming up short. Did he rush it a little bit that time?
Yeah, I think he did, but he realizes that when he touches it, the smalls are getting into the play, so sometimes your bigs will go a little too soon.
He's got his second foul. Well, he's had so few touches in the first 6 minutes of the game. He figured I better go now with it.
That's the mentality of players. If they don't touch the ball for a long time, then when they finally do get a touch, they say, hey, I'm shooting this one.
Kevin Martin.
Tied at 16 as Lamar Odom's going to be coming into the game between free throws for Kevin Martin.
The Lakers, number 7, Lamar.
And Andrew Bynum will sit down. So Lamar trying to figure things out himself. And what's the role going to be? Because the first game he was bringing the ball up. Then he didn't bring it up as much in game number 2 in Fresno.
Well,
as much as in Anaheim.
My thing there is just play. You know, don't overcomplicate the game. The triangle offense is not a very complicated system once you learn it anyhow, so just play.
Lamar off the bench, coming up short. Man, a couple of Lakers took it away from each other that time.
Well, Lamar came in shooting. That's the first, that's his earliest shot as he's ever taken when he's been in the game.
Powell took it away from Brad Miller. Leading the break with Lamar. And off Lamar, out of bounds. It looked like it rolled down off Lamar. They're going to give the Lakers the basketball. A break there. And it'll go the other way.
He just pointed the wrong way because it did go down Lamar's leg. Little lead on the play and off of Lamar's body, and he points the wrong way. And the officials do that once in a while.
Kings by 2 with the basketball. Lamar jumping out, helping out, but somebody's got to rotate over. Mikey Moore with the slam. Nobody got there. Somebody's got to help the helper. 20-16 Sacramento by 4.
You want to make sure you make the player throw it across his body back across the court, not right on the same side that the help came from.
Taken away. Shouldn't happen. Udrih, the smaller man, got it away from behind from Radmanovich. So the turnovers, a couple early for the Lakers. Up fake. Salmons. And right back at it. Fresh shot clock for the Kings. Lakers have done a nice job on the boards. They have out-rebounded their opponents over the first 2 games.
But have nothing to show for it. Not that it really matters in the preseason.
Good entry pass. Moore didn't give him an assist. Yes. The Lakers will clear it out. Radmanovich with the glass. Now Lamar on the spin and the beauty at that. Leaves it off. Udrich's got the foul. Gasol's got the free throws. And that's what Lamar Odom can bring to this offense.
Well, what a dance by Lamar. He came down, gave the 2-step, did his spin move, pirouette, and then said, here, pal, give me an assist. Brad Miller's looking for him, and Mikey Moore said, I know he's around somewhere. He's there, but the ball is good job.
Substitution.
Number 5,
Bobby Brown coming in for the Sacramento Kings as Udrih will sit down. And another one of those Jordan Farmar will match up with him in the backcourt. couple of LA natives. Jordan, of course, out of Taft High School in Woodland Hills. And I gave Trevor Ariza a little trouble in the layup lines because Bobby Brown, another Westchester High guy. Seems like we've seen a bunch of those guys lately.
Lately we have.
So Bobby Brown, and he's got a guaranteed contract. He, in fact, over the first 2 games, is the leading scorer, and that's a good thing to see. A guy out of Cal State Fullerton, a well-deserved. He's worked hard. A 24-year-old. He played in Berlin last year. In the German league, averaged 15 a game. Now the shot clock is all the way down, and they have run out of time. So the Lakers get the stop. Good defensive stand.
Yeah, once they threw the ball in the corner and the Lakers trapped, I knew there was going to be a violation because they had nobody in really a shooting position. Brad Miller caught the ball, but they had smothered him. He had to put it on the floor and put it off the foot, and then the 24-second violation.
Spencer Hawes has just come into the game, the first-round pick for the Kings last year, 10th overall. He's in his 2nd season out of Washington. Guy that showed a lot of ability at the offensive end, but deficiency defensively. Kobe. Will he get the roll now?
Well, he was so open when he caught that pass. He could have hesitated, just taking one dribble and had a layup.
Yeah, it looked like he had a clear path to the basket. But a good entry, the way he cut across. So the opportunities are there for the Lakers. They trail by only 2, 20-18. Salmons sizing things up. Pause after it. Jordan Farmar got tangled up with Mikey Moore. Squirts free. It'll be Salmons again. This time, he gets the 3. 5-point lead is the biggest of the game for the Sacramento Kings. There's a guy who's been involved offensively in his 7th year from Miami, a free agent signing from the 76ers. This is going to be his 3rd year with Sacramento.
And a talented offensive player. I mean, he can do things one-on-one.
Run off Gasol. Kobe blows the easy one. Good looking pass by Pau Gasol.
Kobe didn't get any lift on that one.
And it's Salmons at the other end of the floor. So a 7-point lead now for Sacramento. Kobe in the lob. Radmanovic found him.
Good look by Radmanovic. Good outlet pass by the Lakers, and nice job by Radmanovic.
And Stu, you talked about the pace of the race when both Andrew Bynum and Pau Gasol on the floor. But when one or the other sits down, the opportunity is there for some early offense, for some transition. Take away by Kobe. Bobby Brown wasn't ready for that pass anyway.
And that's always on the passer, and Hawes should have recognized that.
Farmar clipped on his way, and he's got an opportunity for the 3-point play. Boy, they're sharing the basketball well.
And that makes everybody happy. When everybody gets touches and, gets involved in the offense, it's amazing how the defense picks up. Everything picks up. That's why basketball is the epitome of a team game. 2 minutes exactly left to go in the first, and the Lakers trailing by 3. 2 minutes exactly to go in the first. The Lakers trailing by 3, but a free throw coming to Jordan Farmar. The Lakers, the last couple of possessions, have gotten some easy ones. Kobe got the pass from Radmanovic and threw one down. And the next trip down, the Lakers again in transition. Radmanovic, the trigger man on both occasions. So 2 assists in a row for Vladimir Radmanovic. Maybe we'll put him at the point guard position.
Well, with the situation, and especially with the speculation, talking about what they're going to do with the small forward position. If you do start Andrew Bynum and Pau Gasol, you really need a shooter at the 3.
Yeah, you do. You need a shooter, but at the same time, you can get away with. I wouldn't qualify Trevor Ariza as a shooter per se, but you still could get away with it because he's such a slasher. And if you're going to start Pau and Andrew together, you got to make the offense or the defense pay on the inside. Pound it on the inside. You're going to get a lot of easy opportunities when you still have Kobe, Fish, or whoever else is on the floor. So I think that combination would free up that position for a lot of different players.
Jordan Farmar fouled by Mikey Moore, as we just saw in that replay on our way to the timeout. So the chance for the 3-point play for Jordan would make it a 2-point game. And that's exactly what he accomplishes. 25-23 as the Lakers now shooting 47%, but 59% for the Sacramento Kings. So Hawes out there with Kevin Martin staying on the floor. Mikey Moore, Bobby Brown, and also John Salmons. Kobe Carl's checked into the lineup with Trevor Ariza for the Lakers. And boy, Lamar tied him up perfectly.
Kevin Martin drove, trying to take Kobe Carl off the dribble. And he drove right into the chest of Lamar, who was in a help position. And Lamar just stood his ground, put his arms up, and basically took the ball out of the arms. That's why we have a jump ball. Nice play by on the defensive side by Lamar Odom.
Josh Powell is also coming to the lineup for the Lakers for the first time. And the Lakers, as Martin did in the contested, controlling. Opportunity to tie or take the lead with 95 seconds left in the first 12.
Now this is kind of a matchup where you got Mikey Moore guarding Lamar, take him out on the perimeter and make him move his feet. Lamar off the dribble can create a lot of problems.
Farmar is space. Mikey Moore with the board. Points of the paint, 16-8 early for the Lakers. And second chance points almost even. Same as fast break points. Giveaway by Sacramento. Transition opportunity. The trailer is Lamar. Boy, moving it, spacing it. Kobe Carl, not close, but Lamar gives him a second chance. And on the move, Ariza has it poked away by Salmons.
He lost control of it. Didn't quite have his mind made up what he wanted to do with it.
Bobby Brown on the attack draws the contact. Jordan Farmar.
His first personal.
It'll be a couple of free throws for Bobby Brown.
Number 34,
in the game,
Thompson.
and a guy that I saw over the summer in Las Vegas here at Thomas and Mack, Jason Thompson. And they got a keeper as far as I'm concerned. 6'11", 250. I remember I called you, I think I told you about this kid. 22-year-old who played his college ball at Rider, only the second player ever drafted by an NBA franchise out of Rider. The other 10th round pick back in 1968 for the Sixers. So this guy is just an interesting configuration for his size at 6'11", 250. And not a muscle-bound guy, real smooth guy.
See what he can do out there.
Bobby Brown at the free throw line converts 27-23. In fact, I told you when I saw him, he looked like George McGinnis without the muscles because he was so smooth. Now Farmar right past Bobby Brown. Nice angle.
Nice little handoff, and Jordan turning the corner defensively. There was no help. I'm sure Reggie Theus will have some words for his defense.
Bobby Brown didn't get the runner. Got inside, though, effectively. As I mentioned, their leading scorer. With 15, almost 16 a game over the first two preseason games. They've split the first two. So the Lakers with the ball. And Lamar, tough look. He gets it. Lakers take the lead.
Well, Lamar says, hey, you're bringing me in off the bench. I'm going to be an offensive player for you then. If that's what you want me to do, I'll try my best to be selfish.
Well, Phil Jackson said that it was interesting that Lamar's first shot, remember, a couple of games ago was, what, late in the game? And it was a three-point attempt.
It shouldn't really surprise people, though, because that's Lamar. Lamar is not a selfish player. And the good offensive players have a little bit of selfishness in them, and you have to have that if you're going to be a good offensive player. As Kobe Carl, George Karl's son, tries a long one that doesn't quite get there. We're at the end of the first quarter, and the Lakers, who trailed primarily the whole way, lead by 1.